Good evening and welcome and welcome and welcome. We are in a totally different space today. I'm leaning, so make sure I can get in the camera space. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. I'm the Diva D from Carved Out Divas. My fantastic co-host is on the way. She's in the kitchen right now. That would be April Cobb of April's Beauty Bar. And together we are diversity and equity in education. We, we're hosted by the fantastic and phenomenal Bianca Goolsby of Teaching for the Culture. So, good evening, everyone. I know I'm like, am I good? I feel like I'm leaning too. So, good evening, everybody. We are we have one more day off. So remember, there's no school tomorrow, Martin Luther King Day. But then we also have, it'll be actually, we know we're at the end of the second quarter. That's right. When we return to school, we are now officially in the third quarter. So there's no need to ask questions about, well, what can I turn in now? What can I do? Is there anything I can pull up my grade? Because I mean, my inbox is full. So all of those issues and concerns and all those things should have been taken care of, during the last 9 weeks of school. So let's just start fresh. Let's start again. I know that at my school in particular, we're bringing the kids back. So
that feels for God.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this. Look, let's just say this. I am no science major. I did not study biology as for a field or course of study or anything like that. But one thing I do know that life has taught me is if one child's sick and they in a room full of children, you can pretty much guarantee 20% of the class going down. That's just the flu, the common cold. That's just it. We are in a season of COVID. That's all I gotta say. So if one room, and you fill in the blanks at that point in time. I ain't gonna say nothing else. You just fill in the blank, because all I can say is this. If I've been home all this time and have taken tests and have been safe, self-quarantining, and as well as other teachers who also are in the same predicament, and then you're gonna pluck all them teachers who've been safe all this time and drop them in the middle of a COVID bomb. What do you think's gonna happen? I mean, I'm not saying that everybody can get sick, fall out, and God forbid die, right? But I would use the online teachers as the third string on a football team. Since some of all y'all understand is football, let me give it to you in football terms. They're the third string. They're the last line of resistance. When everybody else drops, you need to keep them online teachers, because at least education is still gonna be going on. But to say now, I'm gonna take my third string, because we all know that the subs don't show up. I'm gonna take my third string and put them all back on the field with everybody else. I ain't saying some ish gonna go down, but can you bring me the other box? Like me, I look like all neck right here, just all neck. I appreciate it. We're out of town, but we're celebrating April's birthday. And we really had a wonderful time so far. Thank you so much. And we had a great time so far. Hopefully this don't drop completely, but oh my God, it's a little bit better. All right. Hold on, guys. Hold on. There we go. A little bit. Okay. So we had a really, really great time so far. We're travelers, so we enjoy being out, but we also enjoy museums and just studying things that's going on out in our society, especially just learning about the world around us. So we really had a good time doing that today. Oh. She gonna kill me. All right, so so anyway, how's everybody doing? How's we all just want to just pop in real briefly. We're probably not gonna be here too long. Let's just talk about a couple things that's happening out in the world. Understand something. We've got not just COVID that's taking place, and we know what's happening with schools and COVID, and let's have April slide on in. There we go. But we do understand what's going on in society right now. I mean, the fact that the United States looks like a third world country. Let's welcome and say hello. Yeah, it's going through. Yeah, it's going there. Hey, let's welcome and say hello. There you go. There you go. All right, good. So the whole United States looks like a third world country. We've got barbed wire and razor wire all around our capital, all around the states. I mean, I just can't. So all because One person has unified all of the people who hate people of color all around the United States. So did you see what happened? That's this. It's like when you don't study history, it repeats itself. So therefore, didn't y'all not see what happened when they didn't put Hitler down? And then Hitler wiped out all the Jews. You truly didn't believe that the actions of, couldn't you see him mirroring the same actions that you really didn't believe that was going to happen? So now the whole country is in a state of high alert. What kind of stress we added to our children? Our children already have stress of being shot and killed and watching all these Black people die. Now they look at it, they realize this is terrorism right here in the United States, in our own home. And now they realize every capital, every state capital is under high alert. This is the society we're raising our children in. Our children are truly going to be hopeless. They truly think there is no hope. And then on top of that, what's going on East Tampa? Y'all tell me y'all having full shootouts in broad daylight over there by off of 40th Street. I understand sometimes you say the police have their hands tied, but if this police start taking people out left and right, then you're going to complain too about that? Damn, we don't want to get killed either. Regular folk that work for a living, that don't sit around waiting for a welfare check and food stamp. The rest of us that pay taxes, because I got to pay full price for crab legs. I got to pay full price. I got no stamps. Because when I work, you telling me I can't be at peace and have peace in my own neighborhood, my own community? I know, right? These are my viewpoints. I say what you want. Y'all get on the rant. Y'all try to DM and send inbox messages. Man, don't be real. Get on the page and say something. Don't get in the DM and start complaining about how you feel. This is how I feel right now. I'm not in the DM hiding with no picture. Put a picture up. Oh, I just went real crazy just now. I just got so mad. I got mad because this is happening in broad daylight in my community. And I don't care how many marches you have. Y'all ain't doing nothing. You can march till the sun come up, but think about it. What's the end result of that? What's going to happen? Next week, somebody getting shot again.
What are next?
What's the next step?
I get it, but what are next steps? What are the action items behind the march? Like, what are we looking forward to happening next? Because unless we go and knock on the doors in the community,
who weren't at the march,
yeah, which is going to be the majority, we're not going to see much of a shift or a change.
No,
something.
What bothers me the most is that there's just like stuff has happened in the middle of the day around children. Everybody see it. 90% of the people probably know who did it, but won't say nothing. So then a lot of policies also have to change because, okay, like a lot of that went to a community meeting and one of the consensus was why we found out that the 911 does not have to ask you your personal information. But yet everybody who talks about what's happened when they call 911 is saying that they always ask for all your personal information. I don't need to give you all that. Just get here and deal with. Why do you need to know everything about my life before you come and help solve a crime? Crime in progress. This is why the community refused. So we done hit the nail on the head right there. Half of the time where the community don't say nothing because they realize y'all what y'all need all this information for. And we know it's local people work here. So it could be a friend, your neighbor. You don't know who on the other line of the end of the 911 call, calling and snitching on, oh yeah, Pookie done call, somebody called about Pookie on the corner of 40th and such. You don't know who you're talking to on the other end of the line. I just need you to close your mouth, take this information, and let's go. Help. And I understand it from the police perspective because they can't chase people down the street. But at the same time, all of this is so detrimental to people who want peace in their neighborhood.
Yeah, but then question the individuals that own these stores in the community that allow for the loitering, the hanging out, the
right.
If they're not making a purchase, they need to leave. Because I'm pretty sure officers wouldn't have any problems with being stationary in those areas, but I'm pretty sure the owners see it as bad for business. So if they have those stores in the community, they need to have some accountability.
Are you living in the community too? Why don't you let them hang around in your house? How about that? Right. So you in the community, you're not putting money back into the community because the community, you putting money back wherever you came from, but you're allowing all this to happen. You don't mind the death, destruction, the murder, everything in this community because you're taking that money out of the community because quite frankly, you don't belong in the community if that's what you're doing. How come I don't see not one corner store owned by Black people?
Anymore. Exactly.
I'm sorry, anymore. One of my students about 5 years ago said they'd like to own a corner store. All the kids laughed at him. I said, you got to be crazy. I said, if that child open a corner store, I'm gonna drive to where his corner store is and spend my money. Because almost fell. Because honestly, oh Lord, he just still cooking on the stove. Take the lid off. Because honestly, I would want to spend money with people that look like me. Their money, their dollars are going to be recycled into our community. Not a bunch of people who are allowing all this to happen. What's the last 2 shootings that occurred? One of them was right over there to 2K. But why? But and this one up here was on Silver Dollar. But so y'all just letting people just hang out. We're just gonna hang out. I would never get gas there because I don't know if I'm gonna get killed. Oh, and what if a stray bullet hit the gas tank? Do you realize what kind of explosion that would be? It's gas, petrol, fuel. Petroleum. Highly flammable. I don't know much about science, but I know if a bullet, an explosive, is hitting a gas tank, I'm thinking it's gonna be a huge boom. Huge. But we allow all that ignorant mess to happen. That's the thing. It's like stuff could be cured or curbed so quickly if people make one small change. It's like you acting as if the one small change, you're not realizing how big of an impact a small change can make.
Fact.
It is. If you tell a child who've heard all their whole life that they stupid by their whole family, and one person tell that child, you're not dumb, you just learn differently, and we're gonna help you work out how you're gonna learn. You can make an incredible difference in a child's life. Because you did one small thing. Why we can't do a small thing? Why we can't, what power these people have over you? That's the next question. What power these people got over you? What kind of money they putting in your pockets? That you can't affect change like that. But before my blood pressure get all extra high, I do get crazy because this is my community and my neighborhood. You know, if it would be different. So notice how it don't affect white people because you ain't doing it in their neighborhood. You're not doing it on Bayshore. You're not doing it over there in the New West Tampa where all the rich folks stay now. You ain't doing it over there in Channelside. The police over there, I'm sorry. You ain't doing it there in New Tampa. You're not even in Brandon with that nonsense. You ain't in Riverview. You ain't in Gibsonton with that stupid mess. Right here. Why? And then the other person to get now is the people who are selling all these bikes. You making some good money. Are they coming there? Are they coming there with cash? How are they paying for it? You ain't got no questions to ask? Because you got a small child that can spend $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000. A small child? How a small child got that kind of dollars? You know what? I just do things like ask questions that people don't want, that make people uncomfortable. You don't want to answer these questions I'm asking. Because if you really get down to the bottom of it, you're gonna find a lot of foul crap at the very bottom of it. It's gonna be so foul, you'll be like, dang. Anyhow, before I go extra crazy, you got something else? Because she just wanted to check the pot. That's all. Cook the food. I'm so hungry right now. I'm ready for this whole meal. Let's go.
So we did have an opportunity to visit the Dolly Museum.
Yeah, we did do that today. Hey.
And it was a very good experience to see things taken from portrait format to be innovatively recreated or repackaged to where it was imagery and music and, you know, create a highly, you know, sensory, you know, moments, so that it was really good. So it was a good adventure. We will be telling y'all our experience about good old Fusion Resort at a later time. So we'll give y'all all the details.
And then we're gonna say we just had a brush with what certain white people don't think is racism, but we had a brush with racism to where when they speak, they like to lump all of us. Remember I told you before, they like to lump us in the same category, and I have to come back at whatever it is. I'm like, you know, what would happen if we just all called you all the same thing? Like right now with this whole terrorism, homegrown terrorism, some of y'all don't want to be known like that. But when you lump Black people in together, let's just say this. We got lumped together with a group of I would call them non-black, but they are black. But yeah. All of us, because we look this color, we don't think and act the same. Let's just say that. You can have twerk competitions, but that's what some people do. Some people of this color, but other people of this color might just want to eat crab legs and be happy.
And then to equate it out to the reason.
To the reason why, tell them the reason.
Are given to them to be at this facility because of they're getting their stimulus checks. So we've seen a group of bad people bringing the services because they got their stimulus checks. So we've seen those types of people. And that when the words were said types of people, we had to look around like, what do you think it's like? What?
Corporate, we coming. Let's just say this. Corporate, we coming. We coming for corporate office. And I'm also offended by the particular picture that's in this room, but we ain't gonna talk about that either. I was like, we'll show the picture later. We'll actually post the picture so we can and just say, what do you think? Do you think this feels racist to you?
That's one of the questions. Did you know?
Did you know?
Other than that, guys, we do have the 28 Days of the Black Youth Experience coming up. February 1st is our launch. Information is being dropped tonight. We're super excited by our new website that is coming out. The identify our executive board for the Sunshine Education Coalition. And yeah, it's been a great journey thus far, and we look forward to the continued work as we move forward and past the uncomfortable conversations that need to happen amongst those that are in elected positions, to be able to help us do something indifferent for our children of color. And we're doing it for all youth, but an emphasis for the Black boy.
That's right. Because as you see what's happening in the East Tampa area, they run around getting killed or killing each other. So something has to be done. Has to be.
I don't have anything.
I ain't got nothing else to eat. I'm ready for these crab legs.
Remember, there's no school tomorrow. New quarter start on Tuesday.
Correct.
Parents, make sure you new backpack, pencils, paper, all those essentials that's needed for them to be.
Send your children with wipes. Send your children with hand sanitizer. You need to don't rely on the school.
You gotta talk about all that now because
send your children with the stuff. Send your children and teach them. They've been home. They projectile sneeze because they're home. They need to understand a mask gotta stay out all day. You can't projectile nothing.
Wishful think. She gotta go through this, y'all. It's gonna be hilarious. I've been through it already. It's gonna be hilarious because I've been through it for the last. I've been there since A1. So with that being said, I am April Cobb with April's Beauty Bar.
I ain't happy about it, but I'm the Diva D from Carved Out Divas.
With Diversity and Equity in Education. We're being hosted by Bianca Gooseby with Teacher for the Culture. Make sure you all stay blessed. Stay inside on Wednesday because we don't know what that's going to look like. Exactly. Make sure you're on alert because unfortunately these are the times that we're in, and terrorism is happening right here in our own state, city, and counties. So y'all have a great evening.
Good night.